Out with you a minute.
Okay.
Well, look at this. Looks like an airplane propeller, but it isn't. Hi, Peter Park.
Hello, Ron. How are you?
Hey, great.
Yeah.
You're the wind guy.
I'm the wind guy up here in Big Bear.
Man, look at that. GreenElectric, folks. Peter's been here for so long and so dependable that I like to recommend businesses like his. So we're here right in front of good old community market. Mark has allowed Peter to put up this demonstration model. They come in various sizes, don't they, Pete?
Yeah. This is a tiny one, as a matter of fact.
This is one of the smallest?
One of the smallest.
Uh-huh.
One of the smallest. And this particular company, Berge, who I put them up for, we're going to go out and take a look at one 10 times this size.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, 10 times this size. This'll put out about $50 a month for you, an electric bill.
Really?
And the other one, if the wind's good, it's always if the wind is good, you'll get about $300, $350 a month.
Really?
If the wind's good, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is neat.
This just
and we normally have a good wind up here. Very seldom do we have no wind at all.
Yeah.
How much wind does it take to turn the turbine?
Well,
it all depends again, huh?
Well, they're all about the same. They all start in at about 5-8 miles an hour, spinning.
Which we normally have.
But that doesn't do anything.
Right.
You see a wind turbine going like this, it's not producing anything. It's not up until about 15 to 18 miles an hour that you get about half the production of what it could do.
Oh, sure.
And then up about 25 to 30 miles an hour, you get the full capacity of the wind turbine. So when I'm talking with people and they say, boy, I'd like to have one of these, you know, the most important thing is the wind.
Sure.
So I say to them, I say, do you get 30% of the time at your place irritating winds? 30% of the time over a whole year. And they say, well, what's irritating? Well, if they say, oh my God, yeah, I sure do. I know it's a good wind area. You know, I know it's a good wind area.
Sure.
If they say, what's an irritating wind? And I say, well, that's the type of wind that blows your hat off.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can't put an umbrella up. So, kind of the baseline we go off, if you get 30% of the time through the year in irritating winds.
And when you install it, do they rotate? Otherwise, it'll face the wind itself?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. You've got this. This is how most of them work. Some work a different way. This is just like this is a weather vane.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So if the wind comes this way, turns ahead. If it comes this way, turns ahead.
Sure.
So this always wants to point into the direction of the wind.
Right.
Which coming straight down this boom is the direction that the rotor is going to face. So I'll show you. They all, if you want to get over here, they'll all turn based on the wind.
Sure.
See? So they'll always make sure that it's facing right into the wind.
Right. Very good.
That's when you get your power.
Well, you're really getting busy now on these. Seems like you're installing quite a few.
Well, I have 2 of them up here in Big Bear. And then I have a big one going in down at Desert Hot Springs. And I was just down in Temecula the other day delivering one to a guy down there. So, so as people learn about these things and find out the great investment that they are, they want one. So hopefully all of Baldwin Lake will have a little one here and there. They don't have to be that big, but they'll have a little one here and there because that's your wind area.
Well, let's talk some more. Let's head on out Shea Meadow and see that big one you got out there.
Okay, Ron.
Well, now we've moved out to Shea Meadow. Look at it. Isn't this a beautiful home? Look at that. Sort of like a ranch here. It's got a horse ring a lot of horses, and I'm going to show you some of the other things. This is like a park with the goats and all that. But that's beside the point. We're out here because look at that. Peter, how tall is that?
That's 52 feet.
Uh-huh.
To the base of the tower.
Wow. Now we see it swinging around to the wind, like you said. Shea Meadow always has a fairly good breeze, doesn't it?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
In certain area, Baldwin Lake is another one.
What you want primarily is a open landscape to the direction the wind's coming from.
Oh yeah, right.
And like I told you about that 30% of irritating wind, she gets that here.
Right.
And then most of our winds come from the southwest, so that's the way you're pointing right now.
Oh right, sure. Now is this your largest one?
No, we have them bigger than this.
Really?
Like I say, this is we call this a 10 kW.
Uh-huh.
And this is the big brother to the other one we just saw, which is a 1 kW.
Sure.
And like I say, this will do about, depending upon the wind, if you get a lot of good wind,
sure,
300 to 350 a month. And the next size up I go can get you close to $500 a month, depending upon the wind.
Now, if it reaches a maximum and goes over that you don't use, this is connected onto your regular meter, electric meter?
Yes.
So it will get to a certain point, and then if you don't use so much, then you can sell it. Well, what's left, can't you?
At this point, it's been credit.
Oh, right, a credit.
If you pump more back into the grid, as we call it, which would be the main lines out on the street, you get a credit up to this point. Starting January 1st of this next year, we're looking that you'll actually get money back for what you've pumped in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is hooked up. Of course, we're Bear Valley Electric up here.
Right.
So they do it also.
Yeah.
I mean, they do the credit, and then they'll start in January 1, 2011.
As far as I know,
get the cash back.
It's called net metering.
It's
called net metering, and Bear Valley Electric's really good about it. They come out and inspect what we put up, just like a regular inspection of any permitted job you do. And then they pop that meter off and put on what's called a net meter, which monitors the electricity coming in that you use and the electricity that comes back out that's fed into their grid.
Oh, sure. Now, this size here, would this pay for all the electricity to run this house? This is huge. This is probably 6,000 square foot.
Yeah.
But it would be enough, pretty much enough?
Yeah, it's pretty much breaking even for what she has and what she will produce.
Right.
But the important thing to remember is it's not how big your house is, it's how big your electric bill is.
Right.
Because now you've got your own electric generating plant right there.
You bet.
So, and it produces electricity, so we size them for whatever your electric bill is.
Oh yeah, that is that's so neat. And of course you can. Well, Peter, one of these, they go up to what, about $25,000, $30,000? They can, but you don't have to pay that much.
No. California is very supportive of renewable energy, so they give a substantial rebate back for putting one of these in.
Wow.
And just to give you an example, and the rebate just went up. It's incredible. The rebate that you used to get, which is simply a check back, for this unit, let's take this unit right here, was $21,800. Not too bad.
No.
Now, they bumped the rebate amount up just for wind. Now you get $30,000 back rebate for that size unit.
Really? Isn't that something? So, boy, you can get in for not much. Now, how long would it take to amortize that over? 5 years or so, or 10?
Generally speaking, we say whatever size you put in. It's around 5.5 years to break even, so that you're making, it's not costing you anything and you're making money on it. This is changing though with two things. One is the cost of electricity is going to be going up.
Right.
And then is you're going to potentially be able to make money back on the electricity you feed in. So when you add those two things into that 5.5 years, I'm just guessing, but we might be down to 4 years.
Wow.
Payback.
That is neat.
Yeah, it's
no other alternative energy will do that.
Oh no.
I mean, you take
solar.
Solar.
Oh, solar's fine. I do solar also. Solar's fine. You have similar rebates.
Oh, really?
Everything the same as this. But it all comes down to your site.
Sure.
If you have good wind, you go with wind. If you have no wind and good solar, you go with solar.
Sure.
It's just important for people to look at these things nowadays as a great investment. Great investment, which means you put money into something, then you make money back eventually. And so that's what sort of investment you have with any of this stuff.
That's right. And electric rates, they don't stay the same from the companies. Each year they need a rate increase.
They have to have it for their
you don't have it in here. I mean, you're pretty well set for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You know exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah. The wind doesn't charge you anything.
No, that's for sure.
And the solar doesn't either.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So
now there are areas in the valley where they just won't go. They go up better right against a national forest, or I mean, you wouldn't want to put it in a neighborhood in Big Bear Lake.
No,
I don't think the neighbors would like it.
Yeah,
so there's certain ones.
There's a balance that goes on there. Number one and foremost is the amount of wind.
Sure.
Then, if you're too close to neighbors, you can. You're going to say, well, that's too close by. So generally speaking, you want around a ½ acre.
Right.
But you can get one in a smaller turbine in a smaller area.
Sure.
But I wouldn't put one up right in the middle of the
Now you go up the height in order to catch the maximum wind.
The higher the better.
The higher the better.
The higher the better.
Yeah. That's great. In this particular area in Shea Meadow, it can really handle it. You can see way on the other side there, the Los Vaqueros Arena and more homes over there. So this is a great area for this. So people living here in Shea Meadow, East Valley, Baldwin Lake area.
Irwin Lake?
Irwin Lake, yeah, that's right. So give Pete a call. Just get your number again. Just say it twice.
Okay.
We know it's 909.
Okay, both of them are 909. The home office, 585-9562. That's 585-9562. And then out in the field, 709-3249. 709-3249.
Great.
Peter Parks.
Call him for sure, folks.
GreenElectric.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything to have him come and explain everything to you. And I'll tell you, he'll save you a lot of money on electricity. Thanks, Peter.
You're welcome.
Peter Parks, everybody. Look what they have here. Look at these llamas. Look, these are black llamas.
Yeah.
Or that's a black one. This is a brown one.
You recognize it? Yeah, well, I've been over it. I don't know.
But aren't they neat? Wow. You know what they do is they spit. I've had them when they had llamas out in the Baldwin Lakes stables out there. They had, when they had the kids area, they had several llamas, 7 of them, and they come up and like they're going to kiss you. Their nose goes back and forth, and then they spit on you right in your face. How gross. Ugh. Anyway, that completes this segment out here in beautiful Shea Meadow. And folks, I hope you learned a lot about wind turbines and how it can save you money in the long run on your electric bill. That's it. Don't go away. I'll be back after these messages.